I made the first small wave auto for my friend Lloy last summer. We started with my 2005 design called the Automatic and made a couple adjustments to it to make it even more small wave friendly. Tommy's a really fast surfer, so it's important to keep the same amount of drive and down the line speed as the Automatic, but he wanted to cut through summertime mush even better and wanted it even looser off of the top. The initial adjustment I made was to the rocker. I kept the endpoints the same so the total amount of curve is the same, but I flattened it through the center of the board. This makes a flat, fast rocker when you're driving down the line off of your front foot. It also increases the flip at either end for easier release. Going shorter is one of the most obvious things you can do to make a board have quicker transitions. We shrunk the board down 2 inches, but importantly we didn't go wider in the center to keep the board from feeling planky. Instead, I compensated for the reduction of surface area and volume by increasing the width at the chest and at the tail block. It's essentially the same from the center point to the hip. I'm poor and I'm weird, baby. You got no time for me. I'm poor and I'm weird, baby. You got no time for me. I'm poor and I'm weird, baby. You got no time for me. I'm poor and I'm weird, baby. You got no time for me. I'm poor and I'm weird. I'm getting weird about a second. I used to have some money, but my alter ego standing. I was talking to a lady, selling something out of mouth. I was thinking about a donkey. I was talking to a wall. The older I get, that's what I'm having to me every day. After Tommy got about 4 of these boards, I finally decided to take one of his used ones to get some first-hand feedback for myself. And this is the first wave that I caught on it. You can see I almost blow this first bottom turn because I wasn't really anticipating the amount of projection that this board had. The next thing that I noticed was how effortlessly the board transitioned from rail-type carve surfing to loose surfing off of the fins. There are a bunch of design features that come together in just the right way between the front and the back foot that really give the Automatic line its characteristics. The deep concave carried out to the rail makes a positive rail angle that'll grip the wave when you're pushing on it rather than rolling over the way that a V-bottom does. It's on my mind! A properly placed deep concave will also give you different functional rockers depending on which areas of the bottom of the board are engaging the wave. Think about this, a 1/4 inch concave makes the rocker at the stringer a 1/4 inch less than the rocker at the rail, and a 1/4 inch in terms of rocker is significant. Conceptually it helps if you can divide the bottom curve into an infinite number of rocker lines parallel to the stringer from rail to rail. If you average the individual rocker lines that are engaging the wave at any particular time, that's what I call the functional rocker. It'll be curvier when the board is on rail, which is what you want traditionally for turning. And this average functional rocker will be less when the board is flat, giving a faster planing rocker. To me, the important design aspects are the way the rocker blends with the concave, how this meets with the bottom rail band and the hip in the outline, and how the bottom rail band fades from soft to sharp to square through this transition area. If you look at the spray generated off of these bottom turns, you'll see that there's 2 separate sprays, one from the rail cutting the water, and the other one from the fins cutting the water. Since the board has a truly functional rail that you can drive off of, you can keep the fin setup relatively loose. The end result is a board that's fast and loose with drive, and that's what a lot of people are asking for. Up to this point, the only people who have had small wave autos have been myself, Tommy, and Tyler Stanaland, who all happen to be over 200 pounds. After we get some feedback from some of our lighter team riders, I'm sure we're going to see this board as part of our lineup this summer.